Gotta drink a little water. I'm a bit parched. This is Power, season 1, episode 4. Now, kind of, I'm finding it hard to admit that it only took 4 episodes for me to really be, well, I won't say in love, but very interested in this series. So this episode, oh man, this episode is actually pretty exciting. So again, we're still dealing with the same major players. We're dealing with uh, Ghost and the Misses. We're dealing with uh, the sidekick Tommy and his adventures, which I will talk about first. Um, and we're dealing with the issues stemming from the club. With I can sum that up really quick. Crooked cops are involved, and problem solved pretty much. And there's somebody who's selling bad cocaine. Ironically, they distribute cocaine throughout the city, but they have a club that's heading down the path of having a reputation of providing bad drugs, which is I find that pretty ironic. So hopefully I'm using that word correctly. Need to get a vocabulary booster or something. So let me see what else. Yeah, so I guess I'll just talk about Time for it. So basically, he got a really like I haven't seen a character like this before. She's a super crazy escort. Basically, he paid her $2,000 to smash. That's clear cut as it is. She played games with him, string him along. Didn't want to deal with him. When he brought up money, he doubled the amount that she quoted. Basically, she's like, well, to be fair, she's not actually an escort or a prostitute. To be fair, she's just some crazy chick who works in the bar. To me, if I saw her in real life, I'm just not attracted to her. Doesn't have any of the features I look for. But hey, everybody has their own flavor, right? And that's fair enough to say that. So, she strings along. No, I'm not really messing with you. I don't want to deal with you. So, it's like, hey, you think I'm gonna leave you for $1,000 in tips? No. And he's like, I'll give you 2,000. Pulls it out with the quickness. She's like, oh, I guess I got a code now. That's why I say high price. That's why I give her higher price escort. But then there's I mean, she did a lot of. They wound up going to a bar and she starts a fight to see what his reaction is. And of course, he's crazy. So he's going to do it. Look, I'm telling you right now, if you mix, and I'll go into the conversation or into what I want to talk about as far as what concerns Ghost, the boss man. He succumbed to his desires for his high school sweetheart, and they made passionate love in the in his office. The redhead sees it. The redhead is the crazy girl that's dating. Well, not dating. That's in a yeah, it's in a relationship with Tommy. She sees that. Oh, that's leverage right there, buddy. Let's see how she uses that later down the line. And my suspicion is, well, of course, they had a guy that they were looking at as far as selling the bad cocaine inside the club. They get him, they beat him up. My suspicion is he wasn't selling it all at all. It's the redhead. That's my suspicion so far. I could be wrong, but that's my suspicion so far. I think she's I think she's gonna go in there like a tornado and just mess up everything. But I'm waiting to see because her and the Tommy character, they're both like nitroglycerin, man. They're both just like if you hit a bump or it falls over, it's over with. They're just gonna explode. I mean, bad things are gonna happen with those two. Um, Guess I should touch on the club and his drug empire. So his drug empire is being sabotaged by his supplier for some odd reason. I don't know why he would want to. I don't know what this guy's. I think it's just a lot of crazy characters. Why would he? Maybe I'm not smart enough to see what the benefit is of pitting everybody that works under you against one another. I guess you only have to deal with one person, or you can move in your own people. It has to be one of those two reasons, right? That's as far as the drug empire goes. Now the club, like I summed that up already. Crooked cops, that solved the issue, and of course they beat the guy up. I guess um, I should jump to Ghost is the character's name. I should jump to him. Now, I already spoke on him succumbing to his feelings for his high school sweetheart, but his wife, on the other hand, I have to look that actress up and see what her background is because she has a pretty nice singing voice. I'm not too familiar with I guess stars, if you will. I know a few, but I just I can't know everything. So I'm assuming she has a pretty good voice, and that's all I'm saying. I'm curious to see if she's has some other talents inside the entertainment business. But anyway, her character is it's weird because her character is starting to manipulate the driver. Of course, the tie with the driver is that's 50. That's the guy who plays the driver, plays 50 Cent's son, and 50 Cent is the big homie to, or the OG, the boss, whatever you want to call it. He's the older guy to Tommy and Ghost, the two main characters. So they're looking out for him, but he's like getting his feet wet in the business, so to speak. Um, they didn't go into too much detail on which sport he played, but apparently he had a knee injury, so he can't play anymore. So now he's basically joined the family business, which is like okay. But anyway, his ghost wife is starting to manipulate that young boy. Now I'm interested to see where that's gonna go. And of course, Lala's in there. She makes another appearance. Now I'm late to the game. Okay, all the buzz behind this show has already came and went. So I'm kind of time traveling backwards into stuff that people probably have seen and come to love, and it's probably already. I think this show has already had a great cult following. Like I said, I'm just late to the party. I'm not as late as I was for the last series I started to review, but I'm pretty late. So let me get back to she's starting to manipulate that young man. I'm interested to see where that goes, but I feel like she's going about it wrong. And another thing, I think so far about her character, I think I said it probably in the first upload. She feels like she runs the company and she feels like she runs the drug empire just as much as her husband. But they're not building that character up in that way. They're making her out to be like, oh damn, there's a word for it. I know there's a word for the way she's acting. I know there's a word for it. So the best way I can explain it is her friend is of a lower standard than she is, right? So you surround yourself with people that you can kind of control or who are smarter than yourself. And then she's in a position of power, so to speak, but she's kind of like overstepping it. I feel like, at least with at least taking in consideration that I haven't seen that character do anything really, except what a good wife should do. She's uplifting her husband, and vice versa. Okay, it seems like a really realistic relationship. That's all I'm going to say about that. I have to continue to watch the series to grow more, to cultivate more of an opinion about her. So you want to take a look at Ghost now. So um, as far as I'm concerned with him, like I said, I think I said this in the like literally the last upload. He's torn in between um, so many different personalities. I feel like so. I already spoke on him succumbing to his feelings for her, but where does that leave his wife and his three kids? Where does that leave his drug empire and his new endeavor in the nightclub business? It's like I don't think his wife is gonna take that lightly, dude. I think she's gonna put up a heck of a fight. At least that's the way I feel like that character's capable of doing so much damage. He's already got himself in a bind. He's got this redhead down. Of course, he wasn't paying attention. The door was slightly open. So now this crazy redhead has a lot of leverage towards this situation. They're gonna have to. Maybe that's a play later on in the series. He's probably gonna try to get Tommy to off her, but I feel like she's gonna do something crazy to cause herself to get taken out or whacked or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm using mob terms for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the rest of the series because this is 4 episodes in, and I'm already all ears and eyes to this thing. It's turned out to be quite a good show.